What a matchup we have for you. Part of what makes this the best sport in the world, a rivalry game. A time where no matter what the record or the season outlook, a win in this one solves all problems and gets you those valuable bragging rights. Welcome to Boise, Idaho, and Albertson Stadium, home of the Boise State Broncos. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Nevada Wolfpack, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Broncos will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Wolfpack offense takes the field, and we'll get a look at them first. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred. Because it's a rivalry game, they'll keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Let's talk for a second about Nevada. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Off play action. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. Nevada will be forced to punt. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense will have its first possession of the game. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy, and he's not the most talented quarterback in the country, but when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going, so it's got to be a team effort because then he can really be at his best.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Broncos can really attack on this 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed 1st down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Quick release by the QB. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Pulls it in. It's Dobbs. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. The RPO, it's complete. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. Boise State ready to send out that offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. The option look. Here's the handoff. Breaks into the open. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Broncos have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. The give to the tailback. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get first downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
And it's another 1st and 10 play. They'll give it to the back. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Leaves it with the running back. Is working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
The Broncos come to the line needing just inches for the first down. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Got the big pause on it, but couldn't hang on. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Broncos are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. On the option. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Broncos have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. They'll run the option. Oh, he's got some space. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
The give to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Crosses the 40, gets it down to the 35 before he stopped. A gain of 6.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Off the RPO, complete. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll run it from the gun. Noses his way forward, maybe gets 1. They'll mark it at the 18. It'll be 3rd and long. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
Perfect timing to call that pass play. It's 3rd and short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal, maybe you go for it on 4th. You don't have to worry about that now. Because of the pass completion, it's 1st and goal.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. What a job out front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Splits the uprights, it's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Arkansas took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. And for a program that's won double-digit conference titles between the SEC and the old Southwest Conference, this is big time. Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is, because as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC like this without some blowback.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Nevada trying to keep the drive moving on 2nd and short. Caught in the backfield, it's Newton. And eventually taken down, but what about that spin move? Gives him the first down yardage. On 1st down from their own 22. Looking to throw on 1st down. They'll run the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Wolfpack now has its work cut out on 2nd and long. Trying play action. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Chucked it away just as he was hit.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on 3rd down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm, but you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. And to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse, they'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to...
There he goes! Picks up the 1st down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Really nice read that time by the quarterback in the option. He had the ball out on the perimeter. He saw his pitch guy open, nobody accounting for him. So you flip it to him quickly, nice accurate pitch out in front of him, easy catch, and then he's able to do the rest. Look at the speed that time on the perimeter by the pitch man, picking up a massive gain for this offense.
The give on the option. Just ran him over. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Gets the back moving. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
These 3rd downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this 3rd down.
They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. He wants to throw it. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
And this offense shows right away on 1st down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal?
Barrels ahead. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Twice they've been denied touchdowns in the red zone, and now it's 3rd and goal. They want to run this quarterback. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Boise State!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed into the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job.
Lofts one deep down the right side. He's got it on the outside. Got a lot of room to the right. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Nevada!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
One play in this drive, and already out to the 41. It's first down. Looking downfield on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. Past the first down marker and still running. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
Bringing the heat. They get to him as he throws. He's got him. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. And the Broncos come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the option. They'll try the run. Makes a man miss. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk gain. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, and make plays too.
He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave them a little bit of everything on that one.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through it. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
The Broncos have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Power ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Broncos!
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air on 1st down. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Brought down at the 31. It is a 1st down.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the 1st half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the 1st half.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Second down, he'll throw it. He's got the back in the middle. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, Boise State.
And the Broncos come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. It's complete. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. He caught it. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Just a few seconds to go here in the 1st half, and they'll send out the field goal team. And this one is perfect. And that lead grows even bigger. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun 1st half between these rivals. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Nevada set to kick off to start the 3rd quarter. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Boise State ready to send out that offense. They start this 3rd quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Has plenty for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 28.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages, it tells a huge story, and it goes a long way.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He's at the touchdown, Wolfpack! The defense putting points on the board. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, we've got a final to let you know about, a game happening inside the ACC today. Notre Dame took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2012 Irish team led by Manti Te'o would just take the will of opposing teams. Impressive to watch. One thing we can always count on in the ACC is a spirited battle and a game that will make waves all along the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. They go to the wide receiver screen. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. The Broncos with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Gets it out quickly. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Flips it out in the flat.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
And the Broncos have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
They're going to ride this running back. He has the first and still on his feet. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. The Broncos pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Reads it, fires complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Broncos come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Now on the option. Quick toss. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Trying to keep the drive alive. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
RPO complete to open the drive. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Wolfpack might think about being aggressive on 2nd and short. Back to pass. Fakes to grab. Sweet cut there. Turning it on. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. That's the way you get things going. A huge play and now attacking from just inside the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got it. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And the quarterback is knocked down back in the 13.
Quarterback now has to make sure his guys are dialed in. You can't make any more mistakes. Giving up a negative play on 2nd down by the goal line, you've got to be really smart with this football.
And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. The big tight end was fighting for every inch, but he will be stopped short, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. What a disappointment. No good. He missed an opportunity to cut this depth. Half still down by 6.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Rides the back on the option, the give. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
We've reached the end of the period. Boise State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So the final period starts with a second down play. They'll run the option. Running back searching for a hole. He'll get it across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 32 as this offense is trying to do some work.
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that first down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarterback. He makes the right read, pitches it out, and he's just able to get enough to keep these sticks moving.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. They're dealing with a second and long. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Now facing a third and long. Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
The Broncos have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. Safe completion on the screen. Still on his feet at the 45. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to defend a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go get the quarterback, and everything looks like pass, but when you see it, when you see that screen, you got to retrace your steps, get back in the play. Nice job by the offense, but the defense just has to recognize that a little bit sooner.
Rides the back and leaves it. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Makes the catch. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole and the quarterback throwing a strike.
Can't get him to the ground. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Broncos trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal.
Let's go.
They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And how about the defense on that play, man? Playing aggressive, fast, downhill, 1st and goal, expecting run. Great job fitting the run. Great job getting the running back on the ground.
Here comes the option. Now the toss. Touchdown, Broncos! Great job by the back on the option. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There were a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
He stopped short on the 2-point conversion attempt. They went right back to the well with the man who scored the touchdown, but he couldn't get it in for the 2. And he's going to try to return this one. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. Takes his shot. Finds a man on the right. He smashes his way through again. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
On the double.
That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield. Looking downfield on 1st down. It's caught. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch with these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
This Boise State crowd bringing the noise. It's deafening here on 3rd down. Wants to keep it in the air. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Motion from the back. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Quick strike complete. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Interesting showdown in the Pac-12 today, men. Take a look at how things are playing out. Oregon State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Beavs have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Arizona State. If anything else happens in this one in the Pac-12 or anywhere else, we'll make sure you know about it, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. To the air on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a 1st down like they did there.
The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Pressure coming. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Out of the backfield, he's open. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and
oh, he's got some space. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The offense set for a 1st down play. Quarterback takes a knee. You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, oh, is that sweet.
it's glorious. To be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media, it's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games starred. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did, and we saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers make some of the biggest plays of their lives in this game, in a rivalry